Hello everyone, it's Relic here, and we are back on the FTOG server, playing some more Avant 3. So in the last episode, you remember, we did a bit more on our blood magic, and we've got that forward to tier 5 now, and we were able to get the armour that we needed for the Great Hall. And yeah, really pleased with how things have gone on that side. And today I want to carry on with some bits and pieces around the base. And you'll probably remember that I mentioned that we were going to get the bridge built. And that is what I want to continue on with in this episode. So in preparation, what I've done, because this wasn't really that wide, is I've widened this out a little bit. So I've done a little bit of terraforming. Now, obviously, this looks a bit crazy at the moment, and it's not going to stay that way. We are going to be developing all over this side as well, so don't worry about that. It won't be staying like that. I just wanted to get this a bit wider and get it so that it was all at the same level as over this side. So to start off with this then, probably a little bit of an explanation as to what this is attempting to be. What I want is kind of like a sandstone bridge, and I want it to fit in with what we've got over here. So I don't want it to look too, I guess, countrified, for want of a better word. But yeah, I do want it to look a little bit old, I suppose, but kind of new as well. But we'll see how we get on. What we're going to do first of all is just going to mark out where the actual pillars are going to be. Now, if we take the bridge across to the other side, I'm going to mark them down every 6 blocks. To do that, I'm going to grab some materials, and what we're going to have is, we can just get into, in fact, I've probably got some in my inventory already. I have. So we've got some sand. What we're going to do is, the bridge is going to be built of a mixture of 2 different types of sandstone. We're going to use some of the sandstone bricks from Quark, and also some of the weathered sandstone weathered sandstone bricks from Chisel, because they look pretty good together. I'm going to eat first because obviously it's a good place to start. So let's get that done really quickly. So in order to make sandstone, pretty easy, just take some sand and you can just turn it into sand that way. We are going to want a fair bit of it. So if I throw all of that in there, that will certainly do as a start. So that's then a couple of so stacks of that. In fact, let's just turn all of that we've got in the inventory into sandstone, like so. And in order to get the quark sandstone, you just need to go into the crafting grid. In fact, we can probably just do it this way. You need to get polished sandstone first of all, which is just sandstone in a little circle. So we should be able to get, we're going to want a fair bit of that. So we can just make some of that like so. And then say, in order to make the quark stuff, you just turn it into the same way as you would normal sandstone. Just like so. As I say, this stuff is going to look pretty good. So to start off with, we're going to want it to come across here. Now, don't worry about this too much because we are going to be correcting this so that it's probably the path all the way along, and it's going to come a couple across here. So it's going to be quite a wide bridge, which is why I wanted this to be a little bit wider in the river, just so that it didn't look out of place. And then we're just going to take that all the way along. So I'm going to grab my wand wherever it is and just make short work of that. And just get that all the way across, and then we can put the actual pillars in, and hopefully I've got enough. I'm just short. Okay, and with the magic of video editing, we've got some more, so we just get that across to the end like so. We could use the wand, would have made things quicker, which it does. So that is that all the way across, like so. So now the pillars are going to be pretty easy. We're going to start off with, I think, we'll potentially start the pillar here. I think. We'll see how it looks. So there's one, and then it's basically the pillars are going to be 2 wide. And that was not what I wanted to do. Okay, and just get that all the way along. In fact, let's just use the wand again. Why not? And like so. And I think potentially, yeah, we'll leave that as it is for now. I don't know. This whole sort of earth embankment here, I might get rid of this and build the wall down to that, but I just didn't want the wall to look too big. And then we need to leave a gap of 5 in between each of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we'll start the next pillar here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 there. Perfect. I didn't actually measure that out, but that's yeah, that's brilliant that it comes that way. And then we need to get those down all the way into the bottom of the water. So I'm going to do that off camera really quickly. See you in a minute. Okay, so got the support pillars in place, and the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to put the sides in place for now. Now, all of this is going to change a little bit as we move forward, but this is just so that we get the general shape. So this is basically going to go all the way along to the other side, and you'll see once it's done, the contrast between the two sorts of sandstone is quite nice. So we've got this, and just get the other side done as well, like so. And 1 there and in there. So yeah, so that's the 2 different types of sandstone together. As I say, I quite like them. Maybe not to everyone's taste, but I quite like it. So anyway, the next thing to do is on the side here, I want to have, let's say support pillars, because I already put those in place, but these are going to sort of protrude out. And you see this in real life quite a lot, that it doesn't just go straight down. So what I mean is, in fact, it's just not drop straight into the water. I'm just going to grab the wand again, actually, because this is going to make life a little bit easier. And I'm just going to bring this out another one like this. And hopefully like that. And of course, let's copy that across there. I didn't want that to copy that. So let's just take that off and that off. And then we'll put this final one in by hand, like so. And then also on where we've got the weathered bricks, and put that in like that as well. So they're going to come out like that. And we're going to take our chisel, like so, and an empty bag. And we're just going to give it a little bit of definition, just to clear up some space, just in case I need it. And basically, take the chisel, we're going to put it onto, wrong chisel, we're going to put it onto plane. And we are just going to take that in by 2, just here, and then 4 on the edge. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And the reason for this is going to become clear as we move forward. So 4 there, 4 there, 4 there, and then on this side, exactly so, this side exactly the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, like so. And the top pieces as well, I forgot about those. And also on this side. And this chiseling is okay as long as you do it above the waterline, which is why I've left this as it is. If you chisel by the water, obviously you're going to get the displacement effect in the water, which looks pretty horrible. And on this side then, or these ones, these are going to go in another 1. And then the same will happen here. And then so on and so forth. So each bit we'll go in a further one, not that one, this one, like so. And then, yeah, rather than using sort of individual bits to sort of curve it in, if you do this and give it a stepped effect, it actually looks quite natural, I think. Anyway, so that is that bit. And we're going to basically carry that on the inward by 4 along all of these bits as well. And that was too far. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll do that on the other side as well. And on all of the rest of these. So yeah, rather than watching me do all that, I'm going to nip off camera again. I'm going to get that done. And then we'll move on to the next bit. Okay, so the support pillars are pretty much done. And yeah, we've followed that little indentation pattern all the way around. And it's really starting to take shape now. And the next thing that I want to do is add in some archways. So to do these, what I've done is I've based it on a calculation for slightly bigger than the area that we've got. And the reason for that, so we've got 5 blocks. And the reason for that is if we did it based on 5 blocks, obviously half of 5 is 2.5. So it'd actually come down 2.5 blocks. And I just kind of feel that's a little bit too close to this platform. So I've calculated it slightly bigger. And I'm kind of hoping that that it works out okay. So I'm just going to put a block here just so when I switch on to the bits that I know what I'm doing. And in fact, we'll put one the other side as well, just for this first one. And that wasn't on the setting that I wanted. There we go, that's better. So along like this, and then we can take those out. It's always a good idea to give yourself a little bit of a marker just so you can sort of see what you're doing. And we'll just do this one together just so we can see how it's going to work out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so that's pretty good. So that comes a good block and a bit above that. And it's going to be quite a mellow arch, but yeah, that is absolutely fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish the other side of that. And we'll too late. Get that along to the edge of the block. Take some positive chisel designs. And yeah, I'll come back in just before I copy it across, just so you can see what it looks like before I copy it. But I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so yeah, that's that first bit done. And you can see by doing the bigger arch how it kind of sort of blends into the wall a little bit more as well. So it looks like it sort of disappears into the wall. And I'm going to follow that all the way through. Originally, I was just going to do the archway on sort of either side and then have full bricks in the middle. So you'd sort of see the bricks come down. But I might do that later, but I'm just going to try it. I'm going to try it with the archway all the way through. The reason why I was going to do it that way is because sometimes when you have a lot of chisel and bits like this together, you kind of get a weird light effect. When you sort of come away from it, you can see it a little bit. If I do this sort of back and forward, you can see it sort of blurs a little bit. And I wasn't sure how having all of them together would look, but yeah, I'll do it that way. We'll have a look. And if I don't like it, then I'll just put blocks in the middle, which I don't think will look too bad either, but I prefer it to be this way. So I'm going to get this all the way along and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so that's the archways in place, and yeah, pretty happy with how it's turned out. You get a little bit of that sort of like blurriness effect, but yeah, not too bad. I'm not so bothered by that. I thought potentially it might be worse than that, so I think we'll leave those as they are. The only thing is, because obviously this side comes onto land rather than water, and you can't really put these pillars in here, or the bottom part of the pillar, just because it'd look a bit weird with the grass, and obviously the walkway is going to be through here. It just means you get a little bit of an optical illusion of it not being quite at the same level. It looks as though that side's lower, but it's not. So I don't know what I'll do about that. Maybe I'll just leave it as it is and live with it. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe it'll look different once we've put the path on there, because it'll be a little bit higher then. but we'll see. So the next thing is to move on to this top piece here. Now, I don't want these walls to be a whole block wide. I want those to be half wide. So we are basically, we're going to get the chisel. We're going to grab the chisel and we're going to put that onto half block. And I'm basically going to do that with it all the way along. But to save doing it all the way like that, we'll just take a chisel design, and if we can just do replace, that would be great. Why is that not replacing it with a half block? I thought did I not just do that? No, that's actually taken a picture of a full block. Oh, that's because silly. Right, there we go. So now we should just be able to do that all the way along like so. And we'll do the same on the other side as well once we get there. So that looks better, but I'm thinking I'd quite like to have a little bit of a design on, I don't think on every one of these. Perhaps we'll have 2 and then just a normal block and then 2. But what I want to do is, if we just take that block out completely, like so, and I can't pick that up now because my inventory is actually full. So we'll just pop that up there for now. And then I want to take my bit like so. And I'm just going to fill this in, I think by 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just so it's raised a little bit off the ground. And then just find the middle point. And don't delete it, that is for sure. I think that's the middle. Is that the middle? So 1, 2, 3. So that must be the middle. Yeah, it is. Cool. So we'll have that. And what we'll do is just set up another one like so. And then we'll take that round another one. In fact, we'll do that again. So we'll raise it up another one. And we'll raise that up another one. It is quite difficult to see when you're working with the same material, but I want it to be in that material. I don't want it to look too different. I don't want too many colours on this. And like so. And across to here. So that should be it. Let's just have a look from this side. Yeah, that's fine. And then we'll just basically raise this up. Now, if you put this onto connected plane, rather than having to do each one, you can just raise it up as far as you want it. And I want it to go along. So if we get drawn region, so that we know, I want it to come up to that level. Let's put that back onto connected plane. So 1, 2, 3. Right, so that's at the right level. And let's just get rid of that. Can we just get rid of that? Yes, we can. Cool. And I want the same design on the top as I've got on the bottom. So we'll put it back onto drawn region again. And it wants to be, this one is going to be the 4. In fact, they're both going to be the 4. So I could have actually done both of them together and made life a little bit easier for myself. Like that. And like that. And then the top one needs to come out another 1. Like that. And snip over the other side. Like that. And finally, like that. And then we'll fill that in at the top all the way to the other side. like so. Just make sure that meets up. It does. Now that gap's a bit too big, so let's just bring that in a couple. So bring that up 2 and that up 2 and see how that looks. Yeah, that's much better. Cool. So let's take a chisel design of that and let's just plonk that in there. We'll leave one in there. And is that whole block in there? Yeah, it's a whole block. That's fine. And then it'll be the same all the way along. And then for this middle one, I don't really want to just leave it plain. I think what we'll do is, if we go onto here, so we've got drawn region already, and we don't want to go too far in. So say, go about there. Actually, I wanted that from the middle, so that's fine. The middle of the block is there. So if we go across there, and that's already 2 up, to 2 from the top there. I didn't want to do that either. I wanted to delete it. Let's try that again. I seem to be having much success with this. Right, let's try again. So it wants to be there to there. Cool. And then I want to put something inside there actually. So if we, and I want it to be recessed. So if we take another bit of that out as well. And I kind of feel as though that's too high now. Let's see what we've got. So let's go to our chisel back. In fact, yeah, what we'll do actually is just jump over here for a minute. I'm going to grab some stone. I don't suppose I've got any in my inventory. No, I haven't. Let's just pop some of that away because we're not going to need that right now. And go and get some stone. Like so. And then with that stone, if we put 4 pieces together, you can get you should be able to get the polished stone quark. Let's just have a look. Polished stone. It needs to be stone slabs in order to make that. Okay, so we need to make some stone slabs first of all. So let's just go back in again. Here, stone slab. Let's make some stone slabs. And then we should be able to just make some polished stone now. Like so. Good. And let's put a piece of that down. And grab our chisel. Like so. And then hopefully, that's all gone into the bag because once again we've used up all the space. Let's just have a quick look in the bag. And we should have, maybe it's in this bag instead. It can't be in the bag while I'm looking at it. Right, let's have another look now. There we go. So polished stone. Grab that out. Put it in a hot bar. A lot of messing about there. And now, hopefully, we can just drop that. Where was it? Where was the inset? Did I do it over the other side? I thought I'd done it already. Oh no, it's there. Right. So that should be on. Let's just double check it's on drawn region. And if we pop that in there. Yeah, that kind of looks okay. I think maybe it could be a bit bigger. I'll just leave it like that for now. And the last little bit is on the top here. I think I want that polished stone as well, just to finish off the top of this. So that will basically, we'll just have a single layer going along the whole length like this. He says, like this. And you kind of get the idea from that anyway. So that will go along, so the entire length of it like that. And then once we've done that, we'll concentrate on getting the path across. So yeah, I'm going to go away. I'm going to get those designs all the way around and we'll have a look and see how it looks. So I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so we've got all those bits in place and yeah, really liking the look of that. I think it's turned out really well actually. Yeah, really pleased with that. So the last thing to do then is we're just going to get this path all the way across. So instead of going with the full blocks, I'm going to save on some of these bits and hopefully one of these bags has got the block in it. So it's 962 that we need. And it's probably not going to have now, is it? I can't see it in there. Trouble is, these bags are so mixed up now. I really need to do something about that. Not in there. And yeah, what do you know? It's in the last one that we look at. So just need to clear some more space. So I can go into this bag and I can grab out some of that. And it's just there. So put that there, come out of the bag, change that over and just make sure it's still on drawn region. And all we'll do is we'll literally just get rid of the first layer of this. I don't know how far we can go with this before it runs out of. So 3 blocks basically. And then just copy it in over the top. Why did I drop through that? Oh, that was really weird. It looks like we've run out of that anyway, so I'm gonna have to make some more of that. And then on the edge, I want to go with the same material that we've used up here, because I think that will look potentially okay. So just grab some more of the polished stone, and I'm probably going to run out of that as well. Like so. In fact, that wasn't what I wanted to do. Let's raise that back up again. I keep mixing up my left and my right buttons. Like that. And I think that'll look alright. Potentially. I don't know. I'll get it all the way across, then we'll see how it looks. Okay, so yeah, got that all the way across. And yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with having the polished stone down the side. Don't think it's too much. I'll perhaps have a little bit of a think about it, but otherwise, yeah, really happy with how it's turned out, to be honest. That is going to be it for this episode. So if you've liked the video, then please hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed already, then please think about doing that, and you won't have to miss another video. And as always, guys, thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next episode.